Hello, everyone. We are back for another live. So I got some news for you today. In the mail, my new pet arrived, and I'm so excited to open it. I just looked at it for 1 second, but I waited for us to be able to do this together. So let's unbox my new pet. Can you guess what it is? Here we go. So this is my new butterfly garden. All right, and if you see right here, it says perishable. All right, which means I have to open it up really quickly. So let's open this together and check out what I got today. All right, so this is actually something pretty cool that you can also do at home. So check this out. I'm going to take everything out and we're going to see step by step what it is. So this is a butterfly garden. As the spring season comes around, this is a great activity that you can do with your kids. If your kids are off from school, I know the holidays are coming around. This is something great that you can do, or something to talk with your kids about, or with the family. This is even for adults to be able to see how the caterpillars turn into a butterfly, and just to see different creations and be mindful of that. Our brain can think about two things at one time. So when you're focused on something like this, it can take your mind off of something negative that you may be thinking of. For those that don't know me, my name is Avi. I'm a licensed psychotherapist, and I help people deal with difficulties that they're experiencing in their life, something like depression, anxiety, PTSD, stress, fears, and phobias. And I have many different tools that I use when I work with my clients. One thing may be cognitive behavioral therapy. Another thing may be pet therapy. I have a variety of different types of animals that I use. I currently have 3 dogs. I have a cat. I have bunnies. I have parrots. I have tarantulas. I even have an ant farm. And now I'm so excited to share this new butterfly situation here. So let's take it step by step and see what came in the box and how I can use this for therapy when I work with my clients. All right, so in the box we have, so let's see. All right, I believe this is it. This is all that came in. This is what the box looked like, and this is called a butterfly garden. Okay, so first off, it came with this booklet. This booklet is for educational purposes. So, for example, if you want to have an activity with the kids, this is a great tool. I was looking at this booklet before, and there are things like writing exercises and even math exercises, which I'll show you. And part of my practice, here you go. This is some math exercises, and this is a word search. And in my practice, I work with a lot of kids who are dealing with ADHD, attention deficit hyper disorder, right? Hyperactivity, and they have a very difficult time sitting in class and being able to cooperate, right, and listen to the teacher, because an ADHD mind, for example, is such a brilliant mind, and in order for them to be able to learn, they have to learn differently than others, right? So being able to do something fun and that can encourage them to pay attention, this is such a great tool to be able to get somebody to do a math problem or to do a word search, being able to also observe the life cycle of an animal, to be able to find a method of teaching in an exciting way. Teaching can be really fun, and being able to do something like this entices a child to want to learn and really pay attention. All right, so here we go. So this is something that came with the booklet. This is just different types of activities, the educational activities that the kids can do. So there's some tracing, there's some counting, there's some matching, and even some writing exercises that the kids can be busy with. Now, what else did it come with? This looks like where the butterflies are going to emerge from being caterpillars, and the caterpillars are right here. We'll get to that in a second. So this is what the house looks like when they're going to be converting from caterpillars into butterflies. This is a netted type of house, and it seems like there's a zipper over here. So let's see. All right. And look at this stick. I think this stick is probably to feed them. Okay? And if you see on the inside, if you can see on the inside, and in the back, okay, there's all the steps of the life cycle of the butterfly. There's definitely a lot of visual in here, something that your kids can definitely be entertained with, right? And even for adults, right? So this is, I believe, where you put the cap on with all the caterpillars, and I'll read step by step as to how this works. Okay, I hope you guys can see it. This is where the caterpillars are. Hey guys, check this out. This is day 1 of the caterpillars. Can you see? Do you guys see where they are? And these are the caterpillars that are gonna turn into those beautiful butterflies. All right. So let's look at what came in the box. Are you ready? Let's read this together. So it says, read me first. This is something that's a step-by-step to help you understand how to be able to do this, because I've never done this before. I know many people have as kids. I've never done this before, so this is the first time I'm experiencing this. We're actually experiencing this together. All right, so it says, your caterpillars arrived with all the nutritious food they need to grow into healthy, pointed lady butterflies. So if you look at this, it seems like this is all the food that they need to grow while they're going to be converting into butterflies. So take a look at that. Okay? All right. They may seem tiny and inactive first, but give them 48 hours to acclimate to their new surroundings. This is actually, part of reading these instructions. You can have a conversation with your kids. So, for example, you can talk about, you can ask your kid, when is the first time you went to a place and were nervous about something? Probably it was when you went to school, or whenever you went to somebody's house, right? Or when you met new people, you have a difficult time expressing yourself, or you need some time to acclimate, and that's 100% okay and normal. To be just like the caterpillar needs some time to get situated, we humans need that too. It takes some time for us to feel comfortable in certain situations, right? So this is something to talk about. This is definitely a conversation starter. Yes, sometimes it can look like it's just about the animals, the caterpillar, or the insects or the butterflies, but in reality, there's a much bigger picture here that you can talk to your kids about. Okay, so for example, it says, soon your caterpillars will be eating and growing before your very eyes. Here's what you should do. So handle the cup of caterpillars gently. Now, as we talk more about this, I want to express the importance of boundaries, creating healthy boundaries with your children, and talking to your kids about boundaries and how kids should be able to create those healthy boundaries, right? That's a very important skill that needs to be taught to kids. What are boundaries, right? And this is a great tool to use when talking about boundaries with kids. So handle the cup of caterpillars gently. Place the cup upright indoors and away from sunlight and drafts. Keep the lid on the cup at all times. Do not touch the caterpillars, right? This is another important tip, that sometimes kids, they want to be able to touch it and play with it, right? But that's part of talking about boundaries, that if you do touch it, you can kill the caterpillar. That's why in order for the caterpillar to be safe, we can just look, right? But we're not supposed to be touching it. This is another important skill to teach your kids. Okay. So it says, watch carefully. Your caterpillars will shed their exoskeleton several times as they grow. See them become chrysalids. After 7 to 10 days, your caterpillars will climb to the top of the cup. Look at that, right over here. They're going to climb up here, and they're going to attach themselves to the lid. They will hang in a J shape, and they will shed one last time and harden into a chrysalid. So this is what it's going to look like. Based on the book, this is what it's going to look like right there. If you can see right there, that's what it's going to look like. So right now, it's a caterpillar, and it's going to convert into that chrysalid. So here what you should do. Wait 3 days until your caterpillar fully hardened. Do not handle the cup during the important time. Remember, an amazing transformation is about to take place. All right, so here we go. So once it says here, now step 3, we're going to be talking about step 3. That's what step 3 looks like. It says, here's what you should do. Step 1, gently remove the lid with the hanging chrysalids from the cup. This is the lid, so I'm going to have to take this off, and I'm going to have to remove all the webbing. I'm assuming that there's going to be some webbing inside here, and we're going to have to remove it with a cotton swab. Carefully insert the lid sideways into the slot. This is the slot right here. Okay, this is where I'm going to have to put the lid, and I'm going to have to place it in the butterfly habitat. This is the butterfly habitat right over here. Okay? All right. Now watch the birth of your butterflies. After 7 to 10 days, guys, check this out. Check how cool this is. All right, wait. There we go. This is what's going to happen right over here. Okay? All right. So it says, after 7 to 10 days, your painted lady butterflies will emerge. At first, the butterfly's wings will be soft and crumpled. The butterfly will slowly stretch and strengthen their wings. They may also exude a few small drops of after they emerge. This is normal. This is the leftover material the butterfly does not need to complete metamorphosis. Now, this is the most important part, okay? It says here, here's what to do. Do not disturb the habitat while your butterflies are emerging. Do not touch the newly emerged butterflies. Wait 2 to 3 hours to allow the butterfly's wings to dry and harden before feeding. This is another part that you can talk to your kids about. You know, sometimes whenever things are going rough, right? Things are difficult and you want to just quit, right? But to make sure to keep going further. This is another part that we can talk to kids about, because you know, life sometimes is difficult, and going to school sometimes is difficult, and doing homework and going to bedtime, even if the kids don't want to, right? Doing these different tasks may be uncomfortable, but being able to talk to your kids and show them the importance that if you do it, if you pull through this difficulty, you actually will be able to achieve greatness, right? And just like the caterpillar will need to convert into the butterfly and flap their wings, and it may be uncomfortable and difficult, you're not supposed to touch them. You're just supposed to observe and make sure they'll be okay, and soon they'll turn into that butterfly. So this is another visual that you can use to be able to explain to your kids. Kids learn very well with visuals, and sometimes so do adults. So feed your butterflies the nectar and fruit, then set them free. This is probably going to be the hardest thing for me, especially when you nurture something and care for something for such a long time, and then you're just going to have to set it free. But that's obviously what we're going to have to do, because that's part of the circle of life, to be able to let the butterflies free. So it says, thoroughly mix 2 teaspoons of sugar with a 1/4 of a cup of water. Drip a few drops of nectar on your butterfly feeder or on a cotton ball. So this is the butterfly feeder. Check this out, how cool this is. So it seems like this is like a mesh type of sponge. All right, and this is, I guess, the feeder where I'm supposed to put the sugar, the sugar over here, the nectar. All right, and I believe this is what it is. All right, this is mix. It says here, mix 2 sugar packets with 1/3 cup of water. Stir to dissolve. Drip a few drops into your butterfly feeder. This is what it is. It looks like a regular sugar packet. Okay. It says, do not leave the containers of water or nectar in the habitat. Your butterfly may fall and drown. I didn't even know that. All right, feed, observe, and enjoy your butterflies for a few days, then release into nature. The feeder is not included in all kits, but it did come in my kit. Okay. And really, this is really what it's all about. It's about thinking outside the box, doing something fun for the kids, something that can be both educational and really exciting. So thanks everybody for tuning in today. If you have any questions, please feel free. And I'm looking forward to continue doing some cool, interesting unboxing with you guys. All right, so check this out. Look at this. So this is day 1 of our caterpillars. And let's stay on this journey with me to see what they turn into. Okay. All right, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.